Okay, money day, guys and girls. Hope you lot are blessed. Now, the time is 10:46 here in Medellin in Colombia. So, welcome back to another video. I thought I'll do this video really quickly before I head out. And I wanted to just share with you guys why and how the stock market declining becomes a profitable opportunity for you traders. Now, of course, naturally, people always say, oh, whenever the price drops, it's always a good time to buy. But that philosophy is based off of a long scale. It's based off of understanding the concept of buying low and waiting for price to mature again so that you can sell at a higher price. Meaning, if you buy at today's dip, that doesn't mean it's going to rebound tomorrow and be at an all-time high. It might take months, it might take years to get back to where it once was and then make a new high. So the question becomes, what is your strategy for investing? Or in this case, what would your strategy be for trading? Now, just because I'm seeing the markets decline doesn't mean that I'm going to put myself in a position where I'm going to just start buying the dip, as they would say, because if you don't know where it's going down to, then how could you say you're going to buy it? So this video is for those of you who are interested in trading the equities market, and me, for those of you who know already, I like to have some type of shortcuts that make my trading journey easier. I like to use different instruments, various instruments that can coincide with giving me multiple confluences for me either buying or selling a particular pair that I'm trading. So what I'm going to do is let you guys in on a secret. It's not really a secret if you're one of my students, but if you're not, then this is what we call the VIX. Okay, now the VIX is the volatility index for the S&P 500. Now, I came to find this example. Okay, I actually done some research, and I've just, look guys, a lot of the time people make out like they've done something really smart to find, you know, an answer on why they can, on how they're gonna be so successful, or how their trading strategy is gonna have such a high win rate. A lot of the time you just need to look. If you look, the answers are there. So what I'm saying is this: I noticed that anytime price got inside of this range, this red range, the price dropped more than 10% on the stock market. I'm talking the Nasdaq, US 30, S&P. It dropped more than 10% anytime price was inside of this range, right? So for the fact, and then when price was in this range down here, okay, in the gray area, we was making an all new time high. We was always making a new high. So I started to realize that, you know, when I'm looking at the VIX, I don't look at the VIX for a hourly time frame. Oh, the VIX is pushing up, let me get into a sell, or vice versa. You know, what I do is I look at it on a higher time frame and try to understand where's the overall direction of this trying to go. If I can understand the overall direction, then it's going to help me have a clearer bias on the direction I think the stock market is going to go as well. So when I saw price ranging higher, I knew the stock market was going to start descending, which it did. When I saw this coming down, of course, I then saw the stock markets pushing higher. So, you know, unfortunately, we had a huge gap here over the weekend. And, you know, this gap here, or from Wednesday to Thursday, this huge gap that we had on the open, I guess, was so big that you started to really understand, yo, this zone here is the next area of significance. But, you know, if we break this zone, I think we're really going to be in trouble. And, you know, it's unfortunate that price didn't pull back down here for us to see, you know, give us some more time. Like I said, I've actually been traveling. So, you know, traveling to Colombia from Dubai is not the easiest. It's a 21 hours. You've got to go to Miami, then change at Miami and come here. And then when I got to Colombia, I needed to change from Bogota to Medellin. It was all a lot. It was a lot. Okay, so unfortunately, I wasn't able to capitalize on most of these moves that took place with the stock markets, but I was able to take a lot of opportunities with Bitcoin, which over the weekend will probably all still be trading as well. So massive shout out to those who are following me on the copy trading platform. For those of you who are unaware, my members are now up over 63.8% this week alone, guys. Okay, this week alone. Can I share that with you guys? I think I can. Here we are here. Look, we came out over 63.8% in profits, right? Which is huge. Okay, if you look at some of the profits here, you can see someone's here made 127. This person's made over 100% on their account, right? Someone here has made results here, and you can see, you know, 3 days. This client first deposited $45 or £45. I'm not sure, and they've made back 42. So they've almost doubled their money in 3 days. Okay. So look, different people, different results. It doesn't. I don't care how much money you're making. This person made £833. It's all about you using your initiative to use your resources and do something smarter that's going to help you and put you in a better position financially. This person made, what's that, 7.5 grand, okay, £7,500 in a day. Come on, these are serious results, guys. So, getting back to the video here, when we start to see the wicks push higher, that of course meant that we was really going to start to see a decline in the stock market. And whilst many probably thought the stock market might rebound because it's had a bearish day, the VIX continued pushing, which would have only meant that the stock market will also continue to decline. So I want you guys to take a picture of this, put it on yours, okay? The red zone and the gray zone, you can see the areas here. I'll line them up so you can see from 30.81 to 36.64. And then my other zone at the bottom is from 1537 to 1184, okay? And this will help you, honestly. It will help you understand the overall picture, okay? When we're looking at, if I go to the weekly here, or not even a weekly, I can stick on a daily. When we're looking at the higher time frame, let me go on a monthly actually. When we're looking at the higher time frame, okay, we want to start to understand the bigger picture. We want to understand where we're currently at and where we could be going. So if the monthly is showing us, you know what, besides this bullish candle, bearish candle in here, the next bearish candle, the next area where price could potentially buy from would be in here, in this zone here, right? Or just above in here. So let's just say this is the next zone here, yeah? Now what that does is it makes me aware of the fact that there's more probability of price pushing lower, or should I say it makes me more aware of the fact that if price does continue to push lower, then there's a higher probability that it's going to reach this specific area. So we want to use various types of tools, okay, that we have at our resources to help us have a clearer picture or a clearer understanding of the direction in which we want to go. But it all comes from looking at the bigger picture, guys. Sometimes it's the most simplest answer that makes the most sense. I look at the bigger picture, I say, okay, cool. We're up here at the moment. If we are going to come down, I start to highlight certain areas where price may give us some trouble. If we have an area here, if we have an area up here, okay, we start to understand, cool, we could get trouble in this area, but look, we broke through the area, then retested it and came down. We could get trouble in this area. It just makes us more cautious when we approach those areas. Once we're away from those areas, it should give us confidence to say we're going to hold until we reach those areas. But for the most part, guys, what we're seeing here with the stock market is not something that's rocket science. We're not seeing something that wasn't foreseen, because you've got the likes of Warren Buffett, who back in 2024 last year sold was it over $500 million worth of stock for Apple, right? He's moved a lot of his money out of these traditional investments last year. So it's more for anyone who's thinking now about buying just simply because you've seen the success it can do. There's a lot of cycles that take place, and these cycles are very important to understand when and where to buy. Now is not a time to be buying, guys. If I'm honest with you, 2026 from now until next year, will be the times where you should be removing your money out of the equities market, because what's going to be coming in the foreseeable future, no one knows. We don't have an answer for it, but I can tell you every 7 to 8 years we go through a recession. And if we look at the way how the US Fed is printing money, if we look at the way how the economies are shaping up around the world, the global inflation crisis, or the global inflation problems, I should say, not to neglect the political and the genocide that's taking place across the world. There's so much things happening that is actually resembling the reasons why there is no confidence in the stock market, and that all the confidence is being pushed into commodities, safe havens, safe assets, right? And that would be gold. Gold would be one of them. Now, despite gold pulling back, which we've seen here, some may be panicking, but gold has gone all the way up to $3,168 an ounce. Now, if I put this on the weekly chart, you need to understand this, guys. Over the weekly chart, okay, gold done all of this pretty much within 1 week. Okay, now this candle's black, fair enough, but pretty much within 1 week, gold broke $3,000, went all the way up to 3,165, and now it started pulling back down. Now, if we do continue to get some bearish price action, the next area I'm going to be looking at, you guessed it, it's right here. Okay, it's going to be the $2,938 an ounce. That mark is going to be something of significance. So what I'd be doing on the smaller time frames is trying to ascertain any pullbacks that can help us get into some trading opportunities. Now, I did mention this in the Discord. I mentioned the sell side liquidity areas that we had that price would come down to take, and like clockwork, it's taking it. I don't want to ramble on too much because the markets is closed. We don't have any data to actually go off of, but I'm trying to share with you guys that it's not always about following an indicator or, you know, being tapped in with someone who knows what they're talking about. Sometimes it's about you creating your own watch list, right, and putting pairs on your watch list that coincide with each other, so that if one is doing something, you know that the other thing or the other pair is meant to be doing the complete opposite. The moments they start doing the same things, that's when you realize there's divergence happening, and it's probably best for you to sit on the sidelines. So yeah, again, if you're watching any of these videos on my YouTube channels, I've got free strategy guides that you guys can download, you guys can use. If you check out the LWV strategy, I'm going over tons of different ways to help you guys, whether it's in person, whether it's online. I'm trying. Let me know in the comment section below if there's anything I could help you guys with. But most importantly, click the link in the bio below to get access to the copy trading platform, or just to get access to the community where I'm providing you guys with these trades and providing you guys with these setups, the analysis, and a whole load of more education. I've been your host. You've been learning with Vel. Peace out.